Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm running late. Like 1 minute before the show started, my daughter accidentally flipped the wrong breaker. Uh, so it kicked me out and I had to restart everything. So I do apologize for that. Um, got who's all in here today? But we're up and going now. That's what matters. And going to Super Bowl, baby. Going to Super Bowl. Um, got Jesus' stuff. He sent me. There he is. Hey, all right. Let me get him
Oh, the
added in.
victim.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Hey, brother. Sorry about that. My daughter flipped the breaker like 1 minute before the show started, and I'm like running around. So I'm trying to hoping everybody will come back in because I am running late. Uh, but today's show, we're going to be talking about giants, and I asked Mr. Jesus here to come and join me because this man has a lot of knowledge when it comes to giants. He's got a lot of artifacts, a lot of amazing things. So, Jesus, if you wouldn't mind, for those who may not know who you are, kind of introduce who you are and what it is you'd like to do.
The full version or the paranormal version?
Everything, whatever you want to share,
All right.
brother.
Okay, here we go. Just a warning ahead. I will be putting these back on whenever they're showing pictures so I can see what the hell is up on the screen. Okay.
Okay, fine, bro.
So,
I got to wear mine. So.
unfortunately, you know, everybody, I always get a lot of people to complain. They're like, there's a reflection of your light. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever. But so my name is Jesus Payan Jr. In Hollywood, I go by Jesus Jr. And the rest of the world, it's however people want to say my name, whatever language you're speaking, because I travel around the world. And I am a professional actor and stuntman, former federal detention officer, extraction team hearing officer, investigator, private bodyguard, martial artist, bouncer, artist, author, musician, all kinds of stuff. And I've worked on a lot of Bigfoot and UFO related research and projects. With the Bigfoot world, I worked on the Falcon Project. I was part of the Genome Project for the Cryptid Hominid Genome project. I worked with a lot of people, been on TV shows for Bigfoot in my research. I'm the UFO expert on several different TV shows, and I did I was expert for the Socorro incident on mysteries at the monument. I've been on finding Bigfoot. I've been on videos, paranormal kind of videos, and all kinds of stuff. Uh, the acting and movie thing, TV stuff, in the world of acting, I don't do too much of it anymore. I did over 50 movies and TV shows. My biggest shows being Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, the movie Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. But my true love in life, besides family, is of course, oh Jesus Christ, and the mysterious, the unknown. I love that stuff. I love researching into all of it. I'm working on a project currently called the DOTC Project, Discovery of the Century, on ancient history here in New Mexico, and specifically in southern New Mexico, near Texas and the Mexico border. And the things that I'm working on for that is that things are not the way they've been told to us. There's way more about America, the Americas, than we understand. Everything's been reversed and made backwards through history, ancient history, um, in every aspect of our history. So I've been working on these ancient megalithic structures and carvings that are pre-flood, from what my research shows, which is makes no sense to what they tell us. But yeah, that's who I am. That's why I'm here. And I love this stuff. I love research and the strange. And I've experienced so much. I've experienced Bigfoots, aliens, UFOs, abductions, ghosts, spirits, the military. I mean, every aspect of life almost I've been a part of. I've been a detention officer at prisons. I've also been a prisoner, yet I have no convictions. But like I said, I have experienced almost every version of life, from rich to poor to homeless to having a great abundance. The life goes, it's just been nuts. And life don't stop. Life continues. And I just want to share my knowledge with the people and hope that it does something that I've been destined to do, and that's to, in some way, form, or manner, teach the world something that they didn't know already, and follow my path that I've been given by my Lord. There, I'm done. Thank you for having me here, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you,
dude. It is an honor to have you on here. And like I told you a few months ago, I'm going to save up money because I'm going to come up here and look at some of that stuff you find, because I love, that's why I created this channel, the Bizarre and the Unknown, is because I love that stuff. A little bit about me. I've had paranormal experiences ever since I was 3 years old. Ever since I was like 7 or 8, I've had UFO experiences. Ever since I was 12, I've had cryptid experiences. I've traveled the world from the Marine Corps, with being in the Marine Corps and being in the Army. I've traveled this world, and I have seen stuff all over this world. And that's why I love it. I've always had a fascination with this. This is like, I love this stuff. That's why I created this. I mean, I'm a small fish now, but I'm growing and I like it. It's fun. It's all about education. And,
exactly.
a lot of things that we're taught growing up is, like you said, it's not reality. I mean, you got giants, take for instance, that's what this show's about, is steeped in cultures around the world. I mean, even here in the U.S., you got your Native Americans have several stories of giants that come around and hunt and eat them. The Paiutes there finally got tired of it, blocked them up in the cave and burnt them alive. And then they found the remains, and somehow a certain entity came in and took them remains away. And then you got more famous ones like Goliath. Goliath was a Nephilim, descendant of a fallen angel and human. I mean, that's another famous one that you have. Probably next nowadays of is the Kandahar blah, 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 if I could talk today.
Kandahar. Kandahar.
Thank you, Kandahar giant. I can't talk today. So I mean, this stuff is all recent stuff too. I mean, and some of it, even a Native American's only a few hundred years old. Yes, Goliath's a few thousand years old, but you have Gilgamesh. You talk about cloud eaters. I mean, giants that's 2.5, 3 miles tall. I mean, you've got giants of all different sizes and ranges and stuff like that. And I love that stuff. I've always had a fascination with that stuff. I grew up on them stories. I'm Norse, and our background, Jotnars. I mean, you got several different types of Jotnars. So I love that. What the knowledge that you have, I love it. I mean, if you're trying to say something don't exist, then why you find the stuff like this out there everywhere you go? This everywhere out there, folks. There's tons of them. Now, which is cool, is one of the pictures I got. It's one of them you sent me. They're finding dig sites like this all the time. All the time, you're finding dig sites like this all over the world. And there's even I'm here in Missouri. Even here in Missouri, there has been tons and tons of giant remains found. And I may have forgot to put that map up. Oh, I did. I want to add that. I'll let you carry on here for a little bit. Let me find this map. I had a map of giant remains found in the U.S., and for some reason, I'm not seeing it on here no more. I wonder if I accidentally deleted it. So,
all right. So, giants. This is one of the things I have issues with current researchers out there. Okay. So we'll have people that love researching giants, right? Megalithic structures and whatnot. And I ain't trying to name no names, but in the world of megaliths, there's a lot of people that research giants, and they refuse to give any type of correlation even of a possibility with
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot, which are
Yep.
current living giants that have, you know, there's miniature ones too, there's little ones. But on the giant side, I have a picture of a Bigfoot. I'll have to send you later, but I have a picture of a Bigfoot sitting down, okay, on a hill amongst some juniper trees. In the area where these juniper trees grow, they grow 10 to 12 feet. These
Mm-hmm.
juniper trees only come up to the chest of this Bigfoot that's sitting down on its
Yeah.
haunch, on its butt. So we're talking about a 25-foot plus individual. Okay. And in Alaska, again, also, there's been reports of giants or Bigfoots, you want whatever you want to call them, ogres, again, over 25 feet tall, huge, ginormous. And then you've got the more common sizes of 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot size ones. Okay. Now, you have a lot, people want to argue, well, Bigfoots don't have 2 rows of teeth. So you've seen a lot of skeletons of Bigfoots?
Yeah. We don't know.
We don't know exactly. So if you're going by a true and being a true investigator, okay, and trying to be as non biased as possible, if you really want to know about giants, humanoids, okay, then you can't discount Sasquatch, right? Because they're the
No, you
ones that
can't.
are left that are in abundance that are being reported on. Then you've got the occasional, say, like the Kandahar giant. Yeah, those are out there too. Then you got the Smithsonian that has taken so many skeletons and said, "Oh, we destroyed them."
Yeah.
Rah. But there's all kinds of insiders and info and whistleblowers and whatnot that say that we have our own giants that we've cloned from these bones and DNA samples, and ones that are from a tiny mortal that we have locked up underground with specific types of what they said looks like brass cuffs on their arms and neck and ankles that puts them in some sort of hibernative state. So
Hmm.
the giants, they've been around forever. And if the more research you're doing, if you use the ancient biblical measurements, Adam, Noah were huge.
Yep.
They were
Yeah.
giants.
Yeah.
you know and that's the hardest part of this research. May it be if you're in ufology, if you're a bigfooter, if you're a ghost hunter or a giant hunter or a megalith hunter or a mud floater, or the list goes on. The hardest thing to do is to accept the possibility that the other ones might be real, that they might
Mm-hmm.
all coincide. A lot of people are like this. No, it's only this. No, it's only this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as long as people are doing that and people aren't willing to look into these other things, they might be crazy, wacky ideas. It's worth researching. Once you do the
You know,
real research in these different things, what I'm saying, then you can throw away the conjecture, the bull crap, and see what's the commonalities in these different things, to put together a
well,
better hypothesis.
yeah, and it's you can take the science side of it and add it to this. In science, you have a hypothesis. In order
Yep.
to make a hypothesis a fact, you have to have a theory. Once you get that theory built, you have to test that theory against three neutral and three subject theories to order to come out with a positive gesture to have a fact. So now,
Yep.
is there going to be people that stop us from putting stuff out there? Yeah, they're going to do it. I mean, look what Andrew Dawson. He had an incredible video, really
Yep.
incredible. I watched a lot of his stuff. There was some weird stuff that
Yep.
went on before he disappeared. Rudy has an amazing video of a door. I mean, I've got some
Yep.
short clips of both of them videos too that I can show here in a little bit. I mean, this stuff is out there. I mean, and you can't tell me that every single culture, ancient or modern, has reports
Yep.
of giants and they don't exist. You know, they
Yep.
told us for a long times humans and dinosaurs never walked side by side. But what do they have creek bed fossils of? Humans and dinosaurs
Hmm.
walking by side. Mayans.
Yep.
How many carvings on Mayan temples of Stegosaurus, Triceratops,
Yep.
Brontosaurus, Tyrannosaurus rexes? If they did not see them, they would not sculpt them. So I
Yep. You
mean,
heard of the
sorry,
Ica
folks.
stones?
Yeah, I've
Yep,
heard
the
a little
Ica
bit about
stones.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so these ancient stones, well, they're I would call them ancient. They're normally found inside tombs with mummies. Okay, and they're very very highly contested on if they're real or not, because the individual that first, I guess you could say, put them out there was this native cat from South America. And this man, he came and he was doing research out there, and this individual said, "Hey, check these rocks out I got." And he was like, "Oh, would you be willing to sell those to me so he could open up a museum showing these rocks that depicted all kinds of different scenarios, but like the main one is man with dinosaurs, and not just like standing next to one or walking, no, riding them, fighting with them,
Mm-hmm.
killing them, being
Oh yeah,
attacked by them." Yeah. And so
yeah.
after a while of him, telling his family, "Hey, man, these guys will buy all these rocks that we have, right? And these rocks are not just made of, soft stone. No, it's really, really, really hard stone." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And officially, there's 55,000 of them. 55,000. Okay. So after so many of them had been sold to this gentleman and the word started going out because he opened a museum, the local government came to him and said, "Boy, you selling some artifacts illegally?" Right? And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
Why?" And they said, "Because if you are, you're going up for life in prison. Unless they're fake and you're just bullshitting, just trying to do some making some money with the stupid tourists. Then we can't do nothing because it's fake." And he
Yep.
said, "Yep, totally fake. Oh my gosh, yeah, I make them in the morning." you
Yeah.
know? And so, in order for him to have faked them, okay, he would have to make a new one. I believe it's like every 2 minutes since he was born, okay? And this is the other part. These rocks are made from volcanic rock, a type of volcanic rock. So he would have to quarry them, shape them, then carve on them.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. So there's been reports of these rocks, description of these rocks, all the way back into the 1500s by Spaniards that showed up in those areas, and they talked about these rocks and what they showed on them. So I think the ecostones need a lot more research done on them suckers.
A lot of our ancient stuff does. And I'm the type of person I subscribe that there is, like humans, there's different type of humans. There was different type of giants.
Yep.
Bigfoot is in that class. I classify, Bigfoot as a giant. Nephilim
Right.
are a giant. Anunnaki
Mm-hmm.
are a giant. Uh,
Yep.
I mean, there's the Kanahar, which Kanahar kind of reminds me more of maybe a Nephilim, but I mean, you have different kinds. I mean, the
Yeah.
Cherokee have stories of the protector of the mountains, and if you went into his territory without his permission and hunted, he would either scare you off or kill you. I mean, they
Yep.
have a rock with his fingerprints in that dang rock from where he chased off some hunters. I mean, there are
Yep.
stories throughout the world, and I found that map. This is just the U.S. alone. This is a report of where all giant remains that have been reported have been found in just the U.S. alone. Now, I had
Yep.
this because my first episode I ever did was called Stone Giants and was based off the the old stories about how God was displeased with the giants and caused a flood, which killed them. And now you're finding islands that look like humans. You got mountains that look like humans. Well, there are giants that were petrified, and that's why that was the theory of my first show was stone giants.
Question. By chance, do you have, and can you put side by side a Bigfoot sighting map of the same area next
Let me
to
double
the?
check. Let me double check. I haven't done anything on Bigfoot yet because I'm under a contract with a docu series.
Yeah,
So I have not done a lot
it's
on that yet.
it's real easy. Just Google, type in Bigfoot sighting map, and it'll pop right up. And then just put those two maps next to each other, and I want to show you this soon. Because people are like, "Hey, no, nothing, no skeletons been found out or a Bigfoot." You know, and it's
Yeah,
like
DA.
if they find a big skeleton in the mounds, they always say there was a giant Indian. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
there, some of them were, yeah, but not all of them. You know, and that's the thing is the natives here. You know, we consider Sasquatch native too, another tribe, just hairy
first
and
beings.
much larger. You know, but
Yeah,
you'll be
the Native
amazed at
Americans call them.
the comparison.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying,
Uh,
once you see the two maps next
yeah,
to each other, you'll be like, oh damn,
yeah, yeah.
what are the
DA
chances?
confirmed that. DA confirmed that on my show one day. Because I told him, I said, "Man, I ain't got this map." He goes, "I got the map. I know what you're talking about." He goes, "Yeah, they overlay." I'm trying to get it to pull up, but for some reason this is taking forever. If I'm in the right spot,
No worries.
there it is. Slowly letting it come up.
Nice, nice. But yeah, so we got
Yeah,
to remember, like you said, there's multiple kinds of giants. But the thing that I think we all can agree on is that during this time of these giants that were openly out, quote unquote, um, all the different types of hominid that were giant were all hanging out at the same time. You know, there was more than one. Just like we have different races. They had different races too of giant, different types of hominids. Some,
wow.
the descriptions of the Nephilim, yeah, those were the giants with the red hair and the white skin, and they look like clowns. A lot of them look like clowns. That's why the Nephilims. Today, we we have a very, I guess, natural fear of clowns with red hair and white skin, and that
Yeah.
was why I believe it was so terrifying, because it's embedded in our genes, our DNA, to fear these individuals, these beings, because they were
Oh
never
yeah. I
nice to
mean,
us little people. We're the little people. We're the little people, and
yeah.
and the ancient, shit, just the mud flooders. If you look at all the ancient buildings that were here, before in the 1800s, 1700s, they're ginormous. They weren't made for us little people. It wasn't that long ago that this reset happened, that has happened over and over and over again. We just seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay. Now I got to figure out where it went.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I was able to screenshot it. Why is it
Nice.
not giving me my option? Where are you at? You're supposed to give me my option so I can. Oh, you're being a pain in the butt today.
So
Um,
we have, I could keep on going, you know what I'm saying, while you do that. There's the belief that the only reason why things were bigger back then was because of the atmosphere, that we had more oxygen in the atmosphere and
yep.
things were all bigger. But that would be going on the theory of evolution, the natural progression of changing, right? Which I don't think is the situation. I think that we've been manipulated. Our this current race of human versus those ones, because if you read, all the books, they had literally manipulated their own genes, and no births were allowed without consent, so they could make sure that the right genes were passed down and turned on, and which ones were supposed to be off. The life, how long you live, all that information, and all the different religions and quote unquote mythologies and histories all speak of a time that the people that were created, the individuals, which were giants back then, finally rebelled and refused to do what they were made for, quote unquote, as slaves. And they threw a strike, and they were punished for it, and they were banished. And then, of course, a whole bunch of them were killed during the Great Flood, with Noah. And the ones that did survive were banished to never mingle amongst men again and sent to the depths of the forest around the world, And when they created us, they specifically made us smaller, weaker, and only live a specific amount of years. So we weren't as big of a
Mm-hmm.
problem. We were easier to control and to breed.
Manipulate.
You know,
Yep.
yeah, manipulate on 38,000 levels. I mean, it's just that's the thing. Is this is what obsessed me is that the more research I do, the more I find out that these different resets that have happened, the start overs, they weren't just accidental, happenings. They weren't like, oh no, an asteroid hit. We didn't know that was going to happen. No. What it seems that happens is no matter whether we're good, whether we're bad, whether we're nice, whatever. Okay, that whoever these controllers are, whoever is doing this, outside of God, okay, but whoever's doing this, uh, every time we become technologically advanced with information, not just stuff, but with information and who we are and what they are and what's happened, that's when it triggers the time for them to wipe us out and start over again for whatever nefarious reason they're doing it. Because there's a million theories on why they've created us and what we're for, from the ethereal to they're vampire sucker energy suckers, and our pain and sorrow and fear they feed on, to literally like the Matrix batteries, to we're just here to work and mine for them and get them different things that they need for their survival. And once they're done with us and we finish the job, and to where they can do what they got to do, they just wipe it all out again. It's like the last time apparently we had too much written down, so after the reset they had to go on a campaign between 500 and now years ago to destroy all written accounts of the true history that we should know. And now in this time around, they're pushing real hard to turn everything digital. And once that's done, all it takes is a of electricity or a EMP pulse to wipe it all away again. So we have no evidence, and everything that's been made in this time is way more biodegradable and easier to make go bye-bye and disintegrate,
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it. There's a whole lot to it. And the more I know, the less I know. And it's annoying.
Heck yeah. Let me see if I can get this to do a side by side real quick.
All right.
I don't know. I'm still kind of new to this.
Or go back
It's
and you
not.
can go back and forth too. You don't have to put them
Oh
side by
yeah.
side, but you can go
So
back and forth. You know what
that's
I
your
mean?
giant. That's your
Yep.
giant. There's your Bigfoot. Look how close they are. Giant
Exactly.
Bigfoot. They are dang near spot
Identical.
on.
Yep.
If I can find a way later on to be able to show them side by side, I'll try to get her done that way. But man, it's like David said a little bit ago, he was talking about the Nephilim and how it's talked about in the Bible, and I agree with that. But your ancestors talk about giants the same as they do Bigfoot, the same as they do Dogman, the same as
Yep.
they do Neanderthal. They are the first beings. They were here before anybody else. The
Yep.
Nephilim, for me, and this is just my theory, my opinion, Nephilim was created after some of the others. They're a separate type of Bigfoot. And that's my opinion. That's my theory. Nephilim was created by, well, I mean, if you go by one theory, the Anunnaki are what we call angels, or
Mm-hmm.
you go by the other theory and they are separate. Is that
Demigod.
possible? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's several stories. Gilgamesh was 2/3 Anunnaki, 1/3 human. Could he
Yep.
be a Nephilim? Possibly. I mean, if you want to go by that theory, that is a very good possible theory of what is going on.
Yep.
Look at all these reports that we have nowadays of giants being captured in Alaska and Canada and I'm brain farting.
All good.
Afghanistan over at all over.
Yep.
They're all over. They are all over. And I agree. Bigfoot is one of those class as well. I mean, you got this video here. This is a short clip of Andrew Dawson's Bigfoot sighting. He caught
Yep.
it right here. There
Yep.
it goes. Right there on top of a mountain. That is not uncommon.
Nope.
There's actually been several images like that caught. Then you
remember,
can go by Rudy's.
Marble Mountain as well. Remember that?
I've heard scuttlebutt about it, but not a whole lot. I haven't dug into that a whole lot.
Well, imagine what you just showed, but it just shows the same individual traversing down the ridge of the mountain.
Oh, that's this one here. I believe you might be talking about this one.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm finding. Yep, that's that one. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, and this is all recent. I mean, even Rudy's. Here's a small clip of what Rudy found on that doorway. I mean, this is stuff you find. This is why I tell people, get boots on ground. You're going to find stuff like this when you get boots on ground. Don't just take what I say.
Sorry, go ahead. Well, I was going to say
don't
the
take
cool
what
thing
I
about.
say. Go ahead.
No, the great thing about this thing you just have on the screen is that once you see people climbing that thing, I don't know if you've seen that video footage yet. That door is like 60 feet tall. The door is like 60 feet tall. Okay, then I enhanced that image. I took screenshots of that part, and after enhancing it all over that part of the doorway and around it and below it, there's carvings, there's faces on the door itself. It looks like a lion face on the door itself. So it is an ancient temple. It's definitely an entrance to it's some sort of very scary ass temple, because there's nothing nice carved on there. All the carvings look like demonic, scary ass stuff. You know what I mean? It's nuts.
William shared a picture of a set of steps. I should have transferred that to my computer, but it's on my. I could pull it up on my phone. I think. They're trying, and you're trying to tell me this is man-made. This ain't man-made. Let's see if I got it on my phone, or if I got to go into Messenger. Nope, I got it on my phone. Okay. This is a set of steps that was made, and that's people.
Oh, yep. That's in Peru.
People. Yep. You're gonna tell me that?
Sorry, go ahead.
You're gonna tell me that humans made that? Why, in the love of the gods, would the humans make something they got to work their butt off to climb?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, people got to remember that because of these ancient structures, and from ancient times of giants, we repurpose so much in history. We repurpose so much of ancient structures that we don't even realize that's been done, because it's been hidden from us. So yeah, they would use they used it as terracing, for growing crops. What else you're going to use it for our size? There's a whole bunch of acreage right there. We ain't going to use it for stairs. You know what I mean? We had to put in some little tiny stairs along the side of it, so they could get up and down that damn thing. But there's so much out there that we've repurposed and are thousands of years old that we've been told that they're not.
Yeah. Even if that was used for a step style planting, a gardening, like they did and in South America a lot because of the hills.
Yeah.
You're still not going to make it where you can't get to it. You still got to have access to get to each one of those steps to get to each one of your garden spots. Sorry, man. And they didn't build them that way anyways. They built them out of earth. They took the earth, cut it back, flattened it out, and then stacked the rocks up, created the system, water system, so the water can come down, flow down each tier and water it.
Right.
None of that's on them steps. None of them's on that
steps. I have a question. Are you able to play videos while we're doing this? Play a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as I can download it on here, I can.
If it's on YouTube?
If you can send it to me, I'll try it. Let's give it a try. See, these I had to go through, and had to get them off another program to be able to
Okay.
copy them, and then I just did them through clip art. And
Okay. Let me see here. It won't take me long to find it. What it is this is from a long time ago. This video, it's supposed to be a satire. Okay. You remember that the I don't know, the channel, The Onion?
sounds familiar. I
Okay,
don't know if I've
well,
ever watched it. But it sounds
it
familiar.
was a they made a lot of satire stuff. Okay, and there was one that caught my attention though, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the entertainment industry. I work in comedy too. I've been a stand-up comic, all kinds of. I know comedy too, and I know the business, and I know ancient history, and I know giants and conspiracies and all that fun stuff too, to a serious degree, And
Yeah.
here it is. I found it. Whoever made this, okay, it's Congress holding a hearing. Okay, they're holding a hearing. I'm
Okay.
gonna send it to you. Do you want me to send it to your messenger or where or
Yeah,
email
we can try that. I might be able to get it off of Messenger. We can try it. If not, we can send it email. That's no
or
big deal. I've
what would
got my
be
Messenger
what
pulled
would
up
be
now.
okay messenger. Yeah. So the thing is, though, what's being said in this video, it's only a minute and like 40 seconds long. Okay, what's being
Mm-hmm.
said in this video, oh dang it, that's not it. Hold on. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. If you know this research that we're doing and conspiracy stuff, then
Yeah.
you will. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Copy link. There we go. All right. You will understand that this wasn't random. This wasn't just some guys at a table making up crap. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah.
the the awesome thing about this is this. Okay, this was uploaded 16 years ago. Think about
Hmm.
that. 16 years ago, and then listen to what they're saying and what's happened and what we know today. Okay, here it
Okay.
comes. It has been said, and I have yet to find a podcaster that I've done lots of podcasts that are willing to just play the damn video. They're,
We'll play it.
you know,
Okay. And I got to figure out how to save this once it pops up.
yeah, it's just to me, it hit too many targets on what they said and what we've know now currently. Back then, it just seems ridiculous. 16 years ago, but now it's like, oh damn, huh. Oh damn, you know,
Yeah.
it's really wild, man. And it's like I said, it's supposed to be satire, but the stuff they're saying, either that they did tons of research to to make that joke, which I don't see anyone working that hard and researching, to make this little minute long video. I can play it over here and then just you can hear it. You want me to do that?
I we might have to. I can play it here if we can hear it. Was you able to
Yeah,
hear it
if
when it
it's,
was playing
that's
before?
all it's important. That's all it's important is what you hear. You don't have to see the video. It's just an
Okay.
old dude standing at a podium in Congress talking to everybody in Congress. You know what I mean? So
All right. We can
that's
do
the
that.
scene, everybody. There's a congressman trying to pass a bill. It's wild, brother.
John Holler.
I don't hear nothing. Can you hear it? We haven't. There's no sound coming through through it. I don't hear nothing.
There's, okay, give me 1 second. Let me put my microphone up closer. Let
Okay,
me
it's
pause
totally
this. Okay,
silent.
pause. Uh, grab my microphone here. and then let me know if you can hear it.
Okay. Here's something.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Didn't know what happened.
so let me play it on my phone because David
Yeah,
said
that's
he
what I
still
was
can't
gonna.
hear.
That's what I was saying. Just hold up the phone to the microphone, and that's it. You know.
Get back in here. I was trying to play it off my speaker on my computer, and I dropped my other speaker down.
Congress shall now vote for approval of H.R.
Can you hear it?
8791, the Homeland Terrorism Preparedness Bill. Said bill requests emergency response funding up to and including, I'm sorry, this section is classified, dollars to prepare for a national level terrorist attack and or attack from classified. Funding for first responder personnel and vehicles would be doubled if said attack leads to more than 80% of national population being affected by classified. This funding shall commence in conjunction with the first attack on classified or the first large-scale outbreak of classified, dependent upon which comes first. Civilian and military units shall be trained in containment and combat of classified, including irradiated classified with possibility of classified airborne, classified flesh-eating, classified, and or all of the above in such event as classified spewing, classified escape are released or otherwise become uncontrollable. Air Force units may also be directed to combat said classified due to their enormous size and otherworldly strengths. Should event occur in urban areas?
Oh, it's thinking. It's thinking. It's doing the twirly thing.
Yeah, I love it. Classified.
Classified. It's thinking.
Yep. They're on to you.
Did you hear what he said? Listen.
Due to their enormous size and otherworldly strengths. Should event occur in urban areas? Jesus. That's classified, far surpassing our darkest nightmares. Should casualties exceed classified body disposal actions, shall be halted and associated resources shall be reallocated to classified underground, classified protected birthing centers. A new Bill of Rights shall be drafted and approved by classified. Having now reviewed the bill, I ask you to please cast your votes.
Yeah.
And 16 years ago, just as a joke, as a satire, that was just random made up, comedy. They like to throw it in our faces. They like to throw it, you know what I mean, and mock us. To me, I know it's The Onion, whatever, but there's a lot more in there than people understand. It's not random, just made up.
Yeah, and they do this type of stuff all the time. This is nothing new.
Yep.
They do it about everything.
So pretty much what they're saying is that they have giants that they've either grown themselves from cloning or that have been locked up for a very long time, that at some point they're going to let loose some type of virus and let these giants out. Because they said on there, like I said, it's just comedy. Right. Okay, they said that if those individuals that were released become too much of a problem and they're too strong to control, why did they release them to the public? On the public? See, that's the thing. If you do the research on what's been said that's supposed to be going on right now, and hidden from us, and one of the plans is you got the UFO thing, alien thing of attacking, sending and having us get all scared and be like, "Help us, government! We give up all our rights." You know what I mean? And then they have, of course, the zombie scare, which would, I think, matches pretty well with the whole the flesh eating situation with that virus, and also the release of giants amongst the people to cause all kinds of havoc, to scare everybody into submission, to do whatever the heck they want us to do, you know? So I just think it's very interesting, because right now we're at the, I would say we're at the height of, openly, publicly, the understanding of conspiracies and different things that's going on, and the crazy stuff the GOV is doing. You know what I mean? 16 years ago, it wasn't that deep. As in the public eye. Yes, it's always been there, but in the public eye. For somebody, a big, channel like that, and to make a joke like that, to me, just seems so out of place,
Yeah. Well, and think about it too, you said that was, 16 years ago, right? And I don't know what happened. My camera somehow zoomed without me knowing it zoomed. What's happened since that came out 16 years ago?
Yep. Right.
So,
right.
Stop and think about that. They were talking about this was going to happen. They were going to talk about this has happened. What's happened since that last 16 years?
Yeah, and the rewriting of the Bill of Rights, all that stuff's come up. It's all come up. You know?
It's my gosh. Like David said, I showed it a little bit ago, read between the lines. Oh yeah, you have to on that. I mean, even I've done 13 years, 4 deployments, 2 ex-wives later. I hung my boots up in the military. My body couldn't do it. 13 years of messing around with whirly birds. My body just could not handle that abuse no more. I mean, I had to face the facts. Being a soldier is a young man's game. My body just said, "Hey, we're done, dude." And I had to face it. But even then, even back when I had top secret clearance, back when I had security or secret clearance, you always read between the lines. Always read between the lines. What's going on?
You got to.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on with this dang thing, but oh well, I'll mess with it later. Oh, knocked me out of the picture. my dang hoo-ha fell, and ever since then, my camera's been catwampish.
You gotta take care of your hoo-ha, man.
Yeah. But you have to do this stuff, and as we was talking about earlier, when you got different sizes and different time frames and stuff like this, this scale here is a perfect example of that as soon as it pops up. I mean, this is some of the, I mean, and 36 was back in the days of, I forgot his name. It's a weird Sumerian name.
Gilgamesh?
No, it was before Gilgamesh, I thought. Because this
was
Gilgamesh.
Inky and Elil?
This was Gilgamesh, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Gilgamesh.
Yeah. And he was on the average of, 12 foot?
Gilgamesh would be in the realm of like 12 to 15 minimum. Yeah. Now, when you get to their bosses, which was Inky and Enlil, which today we compare as the god and devil. Inky was the devil. Back then they're the ones that were huge. It was the Nephilim that were born after the Anunnaki made it with women. That it was uncontrolled sex. So it was just a coin flip on which genes took control. And that's when these beings were miles tall, tall. Their heads reached the clouds. When they fell down, they created mountain ranges. But yeah, it's insane how big they are. People have no idea, because like there's a theory that a lot of the gold that the miners look for, these veins, are actually the gold that was in the bodies of these giants. And when you die, all the metals in your body go down to the bottom. So you'll find these veins of gold, which in our human bodies we got anatomic, or is it monatomic gold or anatomic gold? But it's still small because we're this size. Now, if you enlarge this to miles and miles and miles and miles huge, yeah, that little bit of metal and gold to us, our size, is quite large and in abundance. Yeah, so yeah, it's really amazing. Just the sizes of these beings that people just don't understand and get how freaking large they were and how little what we consider giants are.
This is the one I was looking for. It has the names and stuff, the time frames. I'm waiting on it to load. But yeah, I mean, and this is I mean, they've got stories of that in Louisiana, of cloud eaters in Louisiana. I mean, and this is not just the Middle East, folks. They were all over the world. I mean, and a perfect example, the main island of Hawaii looks like a woman laying down.
Yep.
I mean, and this one here, if I remember right, yeah, this is it. In 650 BC to 640 AD, they were on an average of 36 foot tall.
Yep. No, still ain't the biggest one, you know? No.
Exactly.
They have an actual skeleton in Peru. They have a skeleton in Peru at the museum of a giant. In the museum. The skeleton, you know, it's why it's in our faces, man. It's just I am really upset, brother. Okay, I love being American. I love America, and I love what it's supposed to stand for, and what we are fighting for. You know, but it breaks my heart that we've been lied to since the beginning, and it looks like we were the American since 1776 was made in a really not for the right reasons, damn it. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it was a big old front to get away with a whole bunch of stuff, you know? But we've been told a different story and what we're supposed to stand for, which I like. I say that's what America stands for. You know what I mean? What's right. And I've always, you know, I was raised in the military, you know, and my dad was over 20 years and I ran for president because I care about this country. You know, it just breaks my heart, bro, because I think America is such a great nation, and we're being made fun of and left and right, and everything that was made here was done backwards on purpose, you know.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart, man. It does. I love this country so much, and
yeah, I mean it does too. You know, I was a warrior for a reason. You know, I was a soldier. I was a Marine for a reason. When I couldn't continue with Marine Corps infantry, I went to the dark side and went to the Army for a reason.
Oh, no.
I wanted to serve my country. See, ain't really Marine yet. Doesn't apply to me because I was a Marine first, so we're good.
Right? Yes, when I was 17. I went to the military. That was my whole plan. My dad was military, you know, and that's what I was supposed to do. And I went in, and unfortunately, because I was living on Holloman Air Force Base here, they had on record my asthma, and I had scoliosis as a child on base. And it follows you when you're in the military. You know what I mean? And I went and tried, and they said the only way I could get in the military was if I lied and joined the Army. You know, and you know what I mean?
No.
So I thought I went the other route, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you've had an amazing life, man. You really, you know, I had, you know, when I was in the Corps, I was helped train Bruce Willis for the machine gun system for the movie Tears of the Sun. Nice. Because I was a regimental high machine gunner. I had a chance to be in the movie Pearl Harbor as one of the guards at KT Tower. Unfortunately, that fell through. I was supposed to be an extra in Wind Talkers. That kind of fell through. So my Hollywood career didn't happen. So this is my Hollywood career right here, baby. I'm on the interweb.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, It's
Sorry,
fun
go ahead.
stuff, you know.
Yep,
It's fun stuff. I mean, and there's good sides and there's dark sides to Hollywood.
yep.
We all know about that. And if you want to know the next thing that happens in this world, look at your movies, look at your TV
Watch a
shows, look at
movie.
your commercials.
Yep. Like over here in
Sorry.
Alamogordo, we have a recruiting station, and that's where I got told no. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, no matter what, I want to do something. Like this is in my head. This is what I was made for, to protect and defend this
Yeah.
country and its people, and of course the people of the world. But what I ended up doing, because our recruiting station had all 4 branches, at the time there, before there was other branches, but what I did was the recruiter emptied out their office supply room, and they let me set up a tattoo shop. And anybody that was willing to join the military, that had gang tattoos or different types of tattoos that were keeping them out, I charged them $20, so they paid for the needles and ink, and I would cover any tattoos for them or change them so they were able to get into the military. So I did whatever I could, man,
Oh yeah.
to give back, and damn it, breaks my heart. I care, damn it, I care.
It's a sad deal, but still, I mean, like my great grandfather always told me, when one door closes, another one opens. The
Oh yeah,
military door closed on you, brother, but it opened up a fascinating whole nother door for you. And
right.
then I'll be the first to admit I had never watched Breaking Bad. I was friends with you on Facebook through DA way before I even watched Breaking Bad. And I'll be honest with you, a month ago I just finished Breaking Bad. I haven't started. Let's call saw you, and I'm sitting there going, "There he is, right there." I never
Right.
watched the show because I don't watch a whole lot of TV no more. I used to watch a lot of TV. Now when my football game's on and I can watch it, yeah, I'm going to watch it. I like my football.
What's funny? What's
Other
funny is that because of the paranormal world, like I said, I've done hundreds and hundreds of podcasts, right? And to me, it's cool when I'll get on a
mm,
podcast, and I in my mind I think everybody knows that I'm an actor and I've been in stuff, so I won't even bring it up. You know what I mean? And then I'll get asked a question by it's one of the podcasts. I'd be like, so what do you do? When you're not like Bigfoot hunting, what's your normal job? And I'm like, my normal job. Okay. Well, I do this, and they're like, what? Say, yeah,
yeah,
it's a trip,
yeah.
man.
No,
It's a trip.
it's an amazing life, and I love it. My very first paranormal experience was in St. Joe, Missouri. I'm from St. Joe, Missouri, and our two-story. Well, we had a basement. Your regular story, it was the old school homes. The old school
Right?
homes were the basement. You walked in the mud room, opened up the door in the floor to get down in the basement.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
you know, missed them homes a lot. I love them style homes, but the upstairs had the 2 main bedrooms, and your attic went across the other part of the house that wasn't the bedrooms. Well,
Right.
me and my little brother kept hearing noises in there, and my little baby brother and me. And one day, after arguing with him, I finally was like, "All right, man, I'll go check it out." Being you won't, you're scared. Oh, typical brother crap we do. Yeah, I seen my dead grandmother, my mom's mom. Yeah, she was in the clothes that she was buried in. She was floating there, held out her arms, said, "Eric, I love you and I'll protect you and I'll always be there for you."
Nice.
And man, scared the holy living crap out of me.
I bet.
Because I
I
spent,
bet.
2 or 3 years dealing with these noises before finally at a young age getting the courage to go check it out. I think actually, I think I was like 4 or 5 the first time I seen it. I've dealt with it for several years, hearing the noises in there and stuff like that. And I'll little red or little Eric would throw the covers over his head. I don't want to see this. For a long time, that's what I did. But I've always had a fascination with it. My first Bigfoot experience was up there in St. Joe as well. And my great grandpa told me, "Boy, don't go out in the woods. Momo's there." And I'm like, "Oh, grandpa, you're just pulling my leg. You're joshing me." So me and my three brothers, because I have two step brothers, and then of course my half brother, which is my baby brother, we were playing our tag out in the woods, and I go running down the cow trail, swing around to avoid the one that was it, and came back up not even 2 minutes later, and there was a damn footprint in the mud in the middle of that cow field about that big. And I was like, oh shit. And I hauled butt back to Grandpa's house. Told Grandpa, I said, Grandpa, you weren't kidding. He goes, no, boy, I told you. So I've had a fascination with them for years. My first UFO experience was Christmas Eve down in Forsyth, Missouri, and I thought I saw Santa Claus until I seen that row of blinking lights turn into a circle, start spinning, and shoot up. I was like, Santa Claus did a lot of crap. This is in the 80s. I was in the back window of the car. I mean, that's what we did in the 80s. But no, I mean, I love it. And giants has always fascinated me because, and I'll be honest, my first fascination with giants was from the Bible with Goliath.
Yep. I just sent you an email. Sorry, brother.
Okay.
Not to interrupt. I just sent you an email of 2 different ghost incidents that I had.
Oh, do you? I've actually got a couple short videos of 3 1-minute EVP sessions I did here at the house.
Nice.
And I honestly think it was my late mom. I could be wrong.
Oh, wow. Never know.
But how it seemed upset with me and the words that were being used, I'm pretty sure, because I've had a lot of, I haven't gotten it yet. Am I in the right one? Yeah, I'm in the right one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me save these and I could put them on here.
Oh, I think you'll really enjoy them. The one with the girl, you'll see. Yeah. The one with the girl is in Alamogordo at the bar I used to work at and bounce and DJ. It was just me and her in the building, and I got a new camera. I just took a picture of her. And it was haunted. That place, we knew it was haunted for years, But yeah, that was with a real digital camera, not a camera phone, no editing, nothing like that. That was just a regular digital, old school 2000, the year 2002 maybe. You know what I mean? And then the other pictures, I was walking through Las Vegas, Nevada, and I saw what looked like a zombie coming out of a box that's only this big, little box coming out and looking at me. I was like, oh crap. I took a picture, finished my walk to the corner store, bought some beer, walked back to the apartment, and on the way I took another picture. It was gone.
Yeah, I remember that. You had that on DA's podcast one day.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Dude, that one up in the upper right, that looks like a freaking demon, dude.
Yeah, like a snake demon. It has horns and everything.
Yeah. Let me save these because I know everybody's going to be, I want to see them. Even though
Word.
We have a hard time staying on topic on this show. It's okay.
Right. Well, research leads you in all directions. It's all connected. See, here's on the topic of ghosts. I got the good one for you. All right, on the topic of ghosts. Now, the Nephilim, all right, when they get killed, they become demons. Okay? Those are our demons. And there's a finite number of them, and that's why when there's an exorcism, the priest will ask them, what's your name? What's your name? Because there's a finite amount of them, and they know all of them and all their names. And each one takes a different type of incantation or prayer to fight them. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, when we have the Bigfoots, right? There's a lot of Bigfoot reports that say that they vanish out of nowhere. They're orbs of light. There's some real weird crap, right? And they'll hear them, but they can't see them. Bigfoots will be over here and be able to get over there without making a sound, with a bunch of crunchy leaves everywhere and branches and stuff. So what if some of these Bigfoots are no longer alive and we're dealing with Sasquatch spirits haunting the forest?
Really thought that. That is a theory I never really considered. Honestly,
I think it's a possibility because they've been seen reappearing, dissolving, walking through something, manifesting we have what footprints that go in snow, they disappear. So you're like, oh, they went to another dimension. Hey, maybe, or maybe they were just manifesting, or they got picked up
I
by
picked two.
UFO. All right,
I picked up two pictures, one of the bar and one of the zombie.
nice.
And I think it's funny because the U.S. government actually has a zombie task force plan. Now they try to tell you that it was a training mission that officers put up with. Oh, bull crap!
It was
Why the hell
hypothetical,
would
you
you
know.
train? Yeah, why would you train for something like that? If you're training for combat, why the hell are you training for a damn zombie apocalypse? I'm sorry, you're not.
Yeah. Well, and just like in the FEMA manual, they show Bigfoot in the FEMA manual of dangerous animals to avoid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here is your bar one.
All right. Yep.
That is some wicked crap. That dude up there in the upper right. Holy criminy.
And I sent you the uncircled and all that stuff. It's all there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people go, that looks fake. No, it's there. That stuff's there.
It's there.
And if you look in the uncircled version of it, brother, and you look on the back wall, and you see those windows and stuff, there's two spirits. One looks like a dead person, skull face, standing there on the other side of the bar, watching us. Yeah, I'll see if I have a better.
The one on the other side of the Red Bull machine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see them. Yeah. That was the ones in them two circles, wasn't it?
Right next to the circles. So like if you look on the picture without the circles, but that top left circle right there, by the what does it look like? Red Bull machine.
Red Bull machine.
Right behind that little smoky thing, literally right behind it, between that and that where the window begins. There's two individuals back there. Ghosts.
Okay, I tilted my screen and I can see
it's
it
real
now.
faint. Yeah, it's real faint, but they're there. I'm just watching.
Yeah, I'll upload that one too. That way people can see it.
You see, a lot of people said, "Oh, that girl just spinned around real quick, and that's why there's that orange streak." And it's like, one, if she was spinning around real quick, her hair would be up. You'd see it in the air. To move that quick for a camera to cause that, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, the people don't understand that a lot of the demons that we're dealing with are literally the spirits of giants.
I see. I never would have put that together. Here is the non-circled one.
Yeah, it's not as bright. See, as you can look, it's not brightened up in the areas that I circled. This is like the raw picture. It's all there still, though.
Yeah, you can still see the little snake demon up there in the upper right. You can still see the two faces by the Red Bull machine. Dark mass back here. That little, what is that? A doorway? Is that a window? You said?
Behind it's like it's a big window that's like kind of like a garage door, sort of that rolls up or something.
Yeah.
For parties and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
See, and here and there it shows up a black mass, but on this one here, when I'm looking at the same picture enlarged on my other screen, you can see it a lot better.
Yeah.
You can see a lot better on there. And then for those of you guys don't know, this is his zombie one, which when first time I seen this on DA show, I about flipped.
Yep.
I was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, it's literally crawling out of the box, and people are like, "Oh, that's just a homeless person laying down." If that was a homeless person laying down, the bushes would be crushed right there. What did he do? Drill a hole through the bushes and crawl through the hole to come out of a box? That doesn't work that way.
You'd have to drill a hole through there, build a frame to glue the upper portions of it on there to keep it up where it does. Because even if you drill a hole, it's all going to drop down.
Exactly. And the box is as big as a human head. So how's a whole person crawling out of that little box? And when I came back, it was gone. The lid had closed and it wasn't there no more. You know?
It's amazing what's out there. It really is. I mean, of course, there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about that I know. some stuff I will talk about, some I won't. I have to be very careful because of my past affiliation,
Right.
past ordeals. But I can tell you now, there's a lot more that goes on there than what we're being told every day, anyways. So I may
Yep.
have to read.
Yes. Oh, show.
Yeah,
Oh, show.
but no, I mean it's great, and something I love, and this is one of the reasons why I want to come up and pay a visit with you, is the stuff you find up there, which backs up the Paiute stories. I mean, here's your axe head that you found, or no,
Yeah.
that's not your axe head, is it? Yeah,
That's one of the axe heads, yeah.
yeah,
And I wear size 16 shoes. Not little. Those are size 16s right there you're looking at. To give you an idea of
yeah.
how big that rock is. It's an axe head. That notch there is where the piece of wood or whatever it was tied to or enlarged in is. And that thing right there weighed, I'd say, easy 150. 'Cause I have another giant axe out here outside in front of my house I brought home, and that one's 75 pounds. So I know
Wow.
this one's an easy 140, 150, double, the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. A sledgehammer, a normal size sledgehammer, weighs 20 pounds. If
Yeah.
it's not there's, and it goes from 14 to about, if you're ridiculous, 40 pound sledgehammers, which most people can't swing at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've used them quite a bit out here because we never had a backhoe or anything like that. So every bit of water line, electrical line, we put in by hand out here. I mean, I spent the first 2 or 3 years without running water or anything else. We had a little bit of electricity until we dug it in and put it in ourselves because we lived in a little travel trailer for the first couple of years of living out here. I mean, we had an
Yep.
outhouse. In the summertime, we'd have one of them heater bags that you throw out on the hood of a pickup in the summer and let the sun heat it up. We showered that way in the summer. In the winter, we had the wash basin actually set in the kitchen floor. That's where we bathed.
I got
So I mean, I know. Yeah.
a picture. I got a picture of 2 demons. If you want to see it,
Heck yeah.
it's in your
I
email.
love this stuff.
It's in your email waiting for you. I was on a Navajo reservation, and I was sleeping in a single wide trailer there by myself. We had an old school big screen on. It turned off from the video. Watching a movie, I fell asleep. So it was just white. It was a white screen, and I got grabbed by the ankle and dragged across the floor, a good 10, 12 feet. I weigh over. At the time I weighed like 350, 360.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of weight. And I jumped up, grabbed my tablet, and got out of there, and didn't realize it as I was walking out. I accidentally took a picture with my tablet, and that's the picture I got. And you can see there's somebody sitting on the couch, which I was by myself, with stringy, creepy hair, and it looks like bony hands going peace sign. And then on the bottom left corner, you can see a demon coming out of the ground, out of the floor, and its face is rotten. You can see the way it is. Yeah, it's scary as
Looks
crap.
like freaking head of a reptilian.
It's creepy as hell.
That dude, I'm sitting there downloading them now so I can put them up on here. But my God, that looks like a head of a freaking reptilian.
Scary.
That is wicked.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Man, the stuff I've seen, brother. Ooh, Lord. They wonder why I have PTSD. I've been shot and been in all kinds of things. I've been through some stuff. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And now I'm married. That topped it off.
Sometimes it makes you wonder if you want to deal with the other ones.
Right? It's like I've seen monsters, Bigfoots, demons, zombies, UFOs, aliens, and I'm still more scared of my wife than all of them. Just kidding. She's a sweet girl. But yeah.
Hey, there now. What the heck is going on with this? Freaking now it's starting to work again the way it was. Come on, download, baby. I'm not there. I can't get beat up yet.
I tell you. Just make sure to wear a helmet. In a cup.
I'm getting them all transferred over to your file so I can easily find them. Now I
Word.
can sit there and upload them on here.
If the audience, there's a Twitter page and a YouTube. Okay, it's called The Archivist. I recommend highly subscribing or following The Archivist. Okay, on YouTube and Twitter. And this gentleman, he does all the research that we aren't doing, and going through thousands of old newspaper clippings and finds all the ones that talk about ancient discoveries, giants, all that stuff that has been hidden from us from the 1800s and early 1900s. And you can just, like, if you go to his Twitter, you can go on his page on Twitter and go on his little search and just type in keywords, giants, certain states, ancient civilizations, and it'll bring up all those things. It's real cool, easy search you can do. But yeah, I recommend highly checking that out. And anybody else that Mud Fossil University, Roger,
Love that one.
it was his
Love
feather.
that one.
You know what I'm saying? Another great one for
Ozzy
giant research.
Ozzy Sue, who's in the chat now, is the one that got me turned on to Mud Fossil, because I've had a theory of that stuff for years. And once I started watching his show after she turned me on to him, I was like, I've been telling people that for years.
Yep. You want to see it?
So
For the audience that hasn't seen a mud fossil before, I'm gonna show you a mud fossil. Okay, it's a heart that me and my wife found, and it literally looks like a heart and meat, and you can see the white, was it sinew or fatty tissue? You could say. Okay, let's see, where is the camera? There we go.
Oh wow. Yep.
That's a mud fossil. It's been petrified as a whole organ. It didn't take bazillions of years to happen. Whatever happened quick. And so many of these creatures and beings and people and giants just petrified, like boom. And then over time, the softer tissues are soft, like skin, things like that, those crumbled away, leaving the more tough stuff like heart muscle, and some bone and livers and kidneys and all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh yeah. Ever since watching his show, I have took Google Earth to a whole new level. I've got I've actually got a picture of the dragon. What was that Mayan dragon? He was the god. Yeah, I actually got a Google Earth image of him on my computer.
Nice.
I'll show it here in a little bit. Here's the ones that you sent me.
Okay.
Here's the first one, the regular one, where you see
that's the actual picture, unedited, uncropped, and all that stuff. Oops.
And then here's the one where you're zoomed in.
Yep. You can see the head on the right.
Yep.
You see a creepy hand.
That's the hand that grabbed you?
I'm guessing. I didn't see it because I was asleep when it happened, and I just got up and was like, I'm out! So I'm guessing it was that guy or that individual right there coming out of the ground. Yeah.
Exit stage left. That's wicked, dude. I mean, that looks like a freaking reptilian head. I mean, it really does. That's freaky as hell. That is freaky. Yeah, it is, Ozzy. It is. That is when I first opened up that picture, I was like, holy crap. I was like, wow, that is freaky as all get out. And you was talking about them newspaper clippings. I'm assuming that's the ones you sent me.
Those are some of them. I have a whole bunch more, but like I said, everything's been so damn crazy this last freaking year since the first. It's just been nuts and every possible thing that could, fight against everything that I'm doing is happening. But, yeah.
you want to hear some good good paranormal stuff and UFO stuff, I started a new show. So what happened was Friday, I was editing my Varigan Guard book, One House of Battle,
Nice.
and it went from an editing live to a new show called Campfire Chats with Eric and Guest. And on the one, it'll say the Varigan Guard book one House of Battle edit. I've got saved on my lives. Her stories, wow. And Melissa, David's wife, David's in here. Her stories
Nice.
too. My gosh. So now every Saturday about 5 o'clock, I'm doing a new show called Campfire Chats with Eric and Guest, and that's where it's not a formal one like this is. It's more of a laid back, freaking just having a good time telling our encounters. But
Nice.
do you ever get a chance to watch that and listen to their stories? Phenomenal, buddy. They are phenomenal.
I'm looking forward to it.
Here is that's the mummy. There we go. Here is one of those newspaper clippings right there. Indian skeletons found under Oklahoma mound. Among the treasured finds is a large femur, indicating its owner must have been about 9 foot tall, y'all. That's a big bruiser right there. Bones of the skeletons, other humans and beings are of normal size. And you got to think, too, the Osage, which was predominant in this area, which is a branch of the Sioux, they were giant for Native Americans in their time, and they were 6 to 7 foot tall. This bruiser here was 9. So, I mean, that tells you something right there.
Oh, Robert Wadlow, the tallest, this century or last century, really, recorded tallest being ever, recorded in our times was 8 foot 11 inches tall. And he made Shaquille O'Neal look like a little boy, little tiny baby, So, 9 feet is big, like really big. People don't understand until they see something that's really 9 feet tall in front of them. It is daunting, 7 foot tall. Standing next to somebody that's 7 feet tall, you're like, damn, 8 feet tall, you're like, holy crap. 9 feet tall, you're like,
To give y'all a scale of your 7 footers in a modern time, the Great Khali, Kane, Undertaker, Andre the Giant, the Big Show. What was that one wrestler's name? He wore the bodysuit that looked like human muscles with no flesh.
Oh, the Bigfoot. They called him Bigfoot.
Was that his name?
He wore with the chest and the hairy shoulder pads and all that stuff. Yeah, I believe they called him Bigfoot. Yeah.
No, so you got to think those people there are on the 7 foot range, right in the 7 foot range area. So that gives you kind of an idea of what your 7 footers are, So, and that's a modern one here. That's within the last 30 years. All them guys from the last 30 years. I mean, Great Khali was what, 7'2", 7'4", something like that.
Great Khali, yeah.
And what I find funny, and I was thinking about this the other day when I was laying in bed, it is very interesting how many people from India are huge like him, are as tall as he is. There's a lot of them over there. We have a lot here in the U.S. too. India seems to have a lot of them that are Great Khali size. They really do.
I just sent you an email of a picture to give you the people an example of what 9 feet tall, how big that really is. Okay. Tell me if you got it.
Let me refresh here.
For a Mexican, I'm a big guy. You know what I mean? Like if I go to Juarez or anywhere around there with real Mexicans, I ain't talking about Spanish Mexicans or any other. The real, they're little native guys. They're Indios. I look like a giant walking to Juarez. I stick out. I don't blend. I don't blend at all. They're like, holy crap, you're huge. Or yeah, está gigante, but it's way bigger. But on average, like in Hollywood, I'm the largest Chicano actor in Hollywood. I'm 6'3", and to me, I'm still short. Like my dream was to reach 6'4", but I think because I got so damn fat that the gravitational pull kind of squished me that inch.
Well, I mean, you want a good representation. If you guys get a chance to check out his YouTube channel, Breaking
Breaking
Doc, I want
Bigfoot.
to say yeah,
But Breaking Discoveries
yeah,
now. But if you search go on YouTube and you type in Breaking Bigfoot channel, it still pops up the same. So you can look up Breaking Discoveries or Breaking Bigfoot, and you'll see a picture that looks like a Breaking Bad logo, but it says those things. Yeah.
I kept wanting to say document, and I was like, it's not document. Quit trying to say document. I kept wanting to say Breaking Document. But he's got a short video of there where he is wrestling with John Cena.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. That's Shaquille O'Neal next to the a replica of John Wadlow, and he was pretty much 9 feet tall. So think about that. Shaquille O'Neal looking that little. So now a Bigfoot or a giant that's correctly proportioned, like Shaquille O'Neal is. Shaquille O'Neal doesn't have a pituitary gland problem, where it's just growth hormone out of control, like Robert Wadlow had. When you're dealing with a Sasquatch or a real giant, they're way wider and way stronger, and yeah, it's just nuts how huge they really are. And those are the small ones in the world of giants.
And you got to think, Dogman on an average is 7 to 8 foot tall. 9 foot Dogman that's a big boy. Now your Bigfoot, 9 foot, you're probably young adult age, maybe just the end of your juvenile
or a female.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to think Bigfoot on an average adult male, 12 to 14 foot ain't nothing. 12 to 14 foot ain't nothing. So I mean, that's something you guys got to think about too, and he does, doesn't he, Ozzy? He sure does. Yeah. Let's see here. That was
trying to see if I can find that picture of that Bigfoot sitting down by the tree.
Yeah, no worries. I like this one. This Egyptian ones you sent me here. I like these. Here's one of them right here. I mean, look at the size of them guys. So I mean, there's some more, ancient articles or whatever you want to call it of what these guys, how big they were. This one's a scale comparison. These guys were carrying these blocks, and these blocks are just below the shoulder line of this dude. And look at them. They don't even go up to their knees.
Nope.
That's big. They're big. Them blocks are what they look like about 4.5, 5 foot tall, 4.5, I'd say.
People would come up to about the bottom of the calf. The bottom of their calves is what it was like.
Yeah.
Compared.
So that put these guys at 25 plus feet.
No,
rough estimate, just in my head.
25, 30.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously I can't say for sure. I'm just rough calculating with my eyes real quick.
Right.
I think I know what you're talking about, Ozzy. I think I can't think of the name of it, but there's an African tribe that are all giants. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't.
They're the Watusi.
Yeah, Watusi. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's bruisers all over the world that's still alive now. People mistaken, and I'm just as guilty of this when I was younger, before I'd done a lot more research, seeing a lot more things, studying more ancient stuff. Me and my mindset back then was giants were things that, I wasn't even the size of their freaking toe. And here I'm going, man. No, there's more than that. There's, more kinds of giants than that's ever existed in this world. And
Mr. Eric,
it's just,
Mr. Eric,
yes, sir.
can I say something?
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to thank you for having me on today, and the topic at hand, because I'd say about 95% of all my podcast interviews, excuse me, are purely Bigfoot, just straight Bigfoot, And I know a whole bunch of other stuff, not just Bigfoot. You know what I mean? So it's a real pleasure and a treat for me to be able to do a podcast where I get to share the other knowledge that I know about all this other stuff. It's after so many interviews, you know what I mean? And a lot of them, it's like, I get to talk about something else. Yay! Even though I love Bigfoot and I love doing my research, but it's a real treat. So thank you, sir. I'm the same things.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. I mean, it's an honor to have you on here. Me, I tried to stick. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to stick close to the topic, but man, if you watch any of my other videos, that don't ever happen. I rarely stay on topic. DA put it very correctly one day. Topic? What freaking topic? We don't need no stinking topic.
Right.
I'm going to upload a couple more things. One of them is what I was telling you about, and I'm trying to remember what file it is when I caught Quatawato.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a hillbilly. Me trying to say certain words is kind of hard. Where did I put him at? That's a one. That's the Gin, Skagway, Neanderthal. I got a lot of files here. Is this it? No, that's not it. Deck on you. But if you guys ever get a chance to get on Google Earth, well, there's two of them. Where's the others at?
I can't see them.
I'm still trying to pull them up, but where did they go? Well, I can't. Where? That is aggravating, actually. Huh. I had them. Oh, I bet it's in Dragons. I bet that's why, because I've got a lot of mud fossil stuff in my Dragons. Yep. There they are. Kukulkan. There I go again.
Kukulkan.
Yeah, Kukulkan. That's the one I was wanting to say. So I'm not very good. I ain't gonna lie.
So Kukulkan is the equivalent of Quetzalcoatl between the Maya and the Aztec.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So I've got 3, and this is a type of stuff. Ozzy's laughing at me. I'm just a bogan. Bogan is Australian for hillbilly. So I'm just a bogan, Ozzy. So here's the first one, and this is the one showing you the outline of the states, where you can kind of make him out. See down there where it starts in Louisiana, goes up to Mississippi, Arkansas, skims Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, and all that. Here's the one where you can see it better that don't have the lines. Right there. You can see his beard. You can see what's coming out of his mouth. You can see the runoff from his decay and body.
Yep.
And here's his feathered head.
Yep.
There's his feathers on his head, or feathers that came off of him. So I mean, this is right. Yep. This is all right for us to see. You just got to, and it's like I tell everybody on the show all the time. Get out there, do your own research. Take what I say, take what Jesus says, and do your own research. Come up with your own theory, your own, whatever it is. Get your own boots on ground. This is just something I was just playing around after watching mud fossils, and bam, I found that. I found several others, but This is
Yep.
this is the one here in the United States, right there, right
Yep.
in front of you. Now I'll pop this one. I mean, how can you deny and tell me that don't look like no freaking dragon?
Yep.
I mean, you can see it right there, clear as day. And anybody can do this. You know, I am not a computer savvy. I cuss this thing more than anything. Uh, you know,
Yeah,
that's about it.
if you go to like the top of Africa and do the same view with the Google Earth,
I've got it.
there's a giant fish and a giant dragon that was
Yep.
attacking the fish. You know, you'll see it there, and just like you said, you'll see the runoff of all the liquids that oozed out, and that's another dragon that, and you can see the viscous fluid that came out of its mouth that was the thing that lights up. You know, when they shoot fire out. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing
that's
just to understand just how large these things were and how large
yeah.
our where we're at is. We have no real, uh, you know, concept. Yeah, concept of the size of things in reality,
Okay.
how small we are.
That dragon in the northern part of Africa is Typhon. Typhon was bred by
There you go.
Mother Earth to defeat Zeus and the other gods, and that fish that he was killing was a god that transformed into a ship. Now you're what I guess you can call him like a sub god because there's one supreme god, and then there was like several other little gods.
Demigods.
Zeus,
Dem-
yeah,
Demi.
yeah. I mean, you know, Zeus, Odin, all them were a different level. And so the theory is, or not theory, it's one of the theories out there when it talks about this is that the old gods have gotten really out of control. Well, they started hunting and killing dragons, which pissed off Mother Earth because we're children of Mother Earth. So were the dragons. The dragons were the children of Mother Earth. So she created Typhon. Typhon came out and was killing them. Zeus just happened to kill him right there in the northern part of Africa when he was killing the one fish. I can't remember what they were calling her, or it. I can't remember. Anyways, you can see the sword slice right down Typhon's neck. You know, Zeus and them ended up winning, but because of what they were doing, is why the main god and Mother Earth got together to fight back against them.
Yep. Did some spanking.
They needed to put that whooping. Yeah, open up a
Yep.
can. You know, so it's when you get to studying stuff and doing research on stuff, it's amazing what you can find out. I've pretty much, you know, like I've always said, and I've never kept this a secret from anybody. I am by far a religious person. I am spiritual. I am not religious because all my study of religions across the world, it's always been twisted to their benefit. You can even see that nowadays happening still, even today, twisting things from how it actually is to fit their narrative. I'm not a fan of that, man. You know, my church is right out this door here in my woods. Some of y'all watch my lives. I showed a video last week of my woods. I'm surrounded by woods. I literally live out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
You know, and I've told stories about my guest, which I can't get in detail with right now because of the dark docu-series I'm in. But because of that, you know, I've got my guest. I've lived with my guest for 31 years. You know, except for that one time, a couple weekends ago, was the only time I've ever had fear when my guests have been here. So
Right.
if you get out there and you get out and do it, you know, take what we say and go do it yourself. Go look this stuff. You know, the pictures I showed you there, anybody can get on Google Earth and find them. Anybody can. It's not hard. You can get out there and you can go out there and I'll show you another picture. And this is one I was. This is another mud fossil. You can literally go out and find stuff like this.
Yep.
Y'all, you're telling me nature carved that? Nature didn't carve that. I'm sorry. Nature can do a lot of amazing stuff. Nature cannot carve that. I'm sorry. But it you know, and that's, you know, and I've told this story to people before. I've traveled this world. I've been all over this world. I have seen some amazing things in my life, in my travels in this world, and got paid to do it. That's even better. It may have been a very tiny amount of money, but I got paid to travel the world and get to see amazing things. And that's what
Oh
always
yeah.
fascinates me. It's in once you get out of your homes, get off your butts, get off your phones, get off your computers, get off your TVs, and you go see what's right out that door. And I'm not talking about the concrete jungle. Get past that concrete jungle. You go out there into the real world, you will be mind blown on what you think you know compared to what you actually know.
Right.
It's amazing what's out there.
The
It
more you
really
learn,
is.
the more you'll realize you don't know nothing.
Yeah. Take one of my favorite cartoons from when I was a kid back in the 80s, G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle. Knowledge is
Exactly.
key, folks. We are
Joe.
the great American hero.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. I've got them on DVD. So I
Heck
love
yeah.
that.
Yep.
But and that's the thing though. But you can sit here and we can tell you. And I do the show. I've told you guys this before. I do the show to help teach people. This is why I started. This is why I still do it. It's because I love to teach people. But take what I teach and go and amplify what I teach. Learn more from what I teach on. Because
Yep.
I don't know much. I'm a hillbilly from Missouri. I'm a veteran. I'm an author. I'm a single daddy. I still work a regular. I can't say 9 to 5 job. I work 4 10s, but I still work a job. This is a side thing for me that I just love to do. So go out there and do it, y'all. It's
Right.
amazing. But I want to share a couple more things that you sent me, if you
Sure.
don't mind.
I do not.
What I found, because I've never seen this before, so when you sent this to me, my mouth about fell, is I didn't realize they actually had these hanging around.
Yeah. Yep. 12 foot tall.
That's a yeah,
Yeah, I believe
two-headed
12 foot tall.
giant, two-headed giant. G.I. Joe, my 3 sons love it. Heck yeah, Ozzy. Um, I mean, look at this. And that's the thing. If you go outside the U.S., to me, that looks like a shield and spear. I could be wrong, but judging
Yeah.
from this picture, to me, that looks like a a shield and spear.
Yeah. It looks like to me
Um,
too.
yeah. This is amazing stuff, and it's funny because I can back up. You can find stuff like this outside the U.S. if you ever go.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, if people
this
know
is
the history of Patagonia, there's actually stories about this specific one. You know what I mean? Like that it was real. And Patagonian giants were known for hundreds of years, and still there. There's still giants there.
yeah. Don't they? If I remember correctly, don't they live like in the inner part of Patagonia?
Yep.
That's what I thought. I
Still
couldn't.
the tribe there, and the locals will tell you, don't go deep in the jungles. Don't do it. They still are there. And they've had
Yeah.
I guess some military went in there. Was it the Japanese? I think it was the Japanese that during the war had tried to go through there in that area, and
Oh yeah. Yep.
they were just horrified because
Like,
they were being eaten in front of each other. You know?
yeah. They are running from the Allied forces. The Allied forces that came in because the Japanese had enslaved the Patagonians, and so the Patagonians didn't want anything to do with the Japanese. They were pissed. So when the Allies were coming in, the Japanese realized, hey, we're about to get our asses handed to us. Exit stage left, and they went to the center of the island. Well, they really got a butt whooping when they went into the inner side of that island. So, yeah, that's the hillbilly version of the story. There's more to it than that, but that's just the low version of it.
Mr. Eric,
Some other stuff. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, brother, but I just got texted by my wife. She said that she's getting up early from work, and I got to go pick her up. I got 6 minutes to get there.
Not a problem, brother. You can go ahead and go. I just realized what time it was too. Man, we've been on here for a good bit. That's awesome.
Heck
That's
yeah.
awesome. Because
Let's plan for our next episode. So schedule me for the next one because we ain't done, and I got way more pictures to send you. You know.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll converse or communicate tomorrow and get her done.
Sweet,
So,
thank you. But I need to ask you about the book thing because, like I said, I finished my book finally, and I'm doing Amazon KDP thing, and I don't know how to. I made a cover. I think I did it right, but I don't know how to save it or how I'm supposed to upload or what the hell. So I don't see if you could give me some advice on the cover, how to make that.
So
Come on.
I can't remember if it's the cover for the regular. One of them's JPG and the other one is PNG. So you
Right.
save it and you just upload it up on there. So what you want to do is keep one JPG and the other one PNG. And because like I do Kindle, hardback, paperback, I also do audio. So to keep it on there. Now they have guidelines, so you got to make sure it falls in that guideline. It's fun. It's an interesting deal to try to get created. But they have a programmer that can help you create the cover. You just upload your deal on there. So you pick out what kind of design that they have laid out, upload your artwork onto that, and then it's all. You just tweak it how you need to tweak it.
Sweet. Cool, brother. Thank you, everybody out there watching the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and if you get a chance, stop by my YouTube page too and like and subscribe. Breaking Bigfoot or Breaking Discoveries. Word. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem. Hey, peace and love to you, my brother. Peace and love to you.
Likewise.
We'll talk.
Talk to you soon.
We'll talk.
Good night, everybody.
All right. So everybody, I'm going to get set up to wind down here because I got to get to bed myself. I got to be up at 05 in the morning. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you. So I'm going to do my closing that I like to do at the end of every show. So I will debate and I'll talk with him, see when the next time, because man, I'm having too much fun and I know there's so much more that we need to cover. So I will let you guys know, see what happens, and let you know when the next one will be. So my closing poem that I made. There comes a time when the warrior falls. They leave this realm and will be missed by all. Raise a glass and keep them in your heart. They have kept this realm safe and performed their part. Look to your veterans, your active duty, your EMTs, and the blue line. What they have done is walk that fine line. When a demon comes calling on your soul, they will be there to save us all. Hold them in your prayers, for they are deserving. They have all served and are serving. Everybody got to come in. Thank you so much for coming in. Man, it was such an honor to have Jesus Payan on here. That was awesome. That was an awesome show. A lot of information. There's still a lot of stuff I didn't get to share, so I'll be saving it. We'll share some more of it on the next show that I do with him. If you get a chance, down here in the bottom is one of his YouTube channels. Go to it, subscribe it. Man's got some amazing videos on there. Go and hit that like, subscribe, and share on there just like you do on mine as well. And you guys be blessed, man. Peace and love to everybody. And I love you. And we'll talk to you later.